Hello friends, 640 days of war between Russia and Ukraine, starting from the southern war zone. On Kherson front, heavy battle is continuing in eastern bank of Dnieper River. On Krinky front, Ukrainian troops carried out offensive operation in nearby plantation, but due sudden Russian counter-offensive, Ukrainians retreated and even behind the line which they were holding, and Russian army moved forward, almost clearing the forest zone. However, as far as Krinky is concerned, Ukrainians continue holding their bridgehead. As per ISW, both Ukrainians and Russians made gains in Krinky. That means the forest area were taken by the Russian, while in southern part of Krinky, the Ukrainians moved forward. On Zaporizhia front, once again due bad weather, the intensity of hostilities has reduced. In Orikho sector, Ukrainians carried out attack on Rabotino but without any success, while Russian army moved forward in the grey zone area in north of Verbov. As per ISW, Ukrainians moved forward southwest of Rabotino, while Russians moved ahead towards southwest of Novopokrovka. In Rimivki directions, Russian army made uses of RBC 500 bombs and were able to move forward towards Novomikhailovka, though the gain was pretty limited. In north towards Kharkov front, Abim Kremina battle is taking place in Serebryansky forest and towards Torsky salient. Liman, it is reported that central military districts of Russian Federation is preparing for winter offensive with shelters, armories, trenches, dugouts, etc. Towards Swatovo, battle is continuing near Sinkovka, but Russian attacks did not succeed in gaining anything by and large on entire northern front. The battle has taken the shape of positional battle. Coming to east, Ukrainian officials have reported fresh Russian army offensive towards Avdiivka since last 3 to 4 days. And it can be seen that on almost entire battle line in Avdiivka, the Ukrainian defense line held by 2014 has been breached by Russian army, which is also now using cluster munitions in quite a lot of numbers. Now coming to specifics, in southern flanks of Avdiivka, Russian army offensive operations is continuously going on in industrial zone near Yasinovotaya, 2 railway station, and pushed Ukrainian army further behind. Russian counter-offensive is also reported towards Zarska Ochota resort. In north, Russian army continuing its offensive towards Novokalinovo. And coming to Bakhmut now, as per ISW, the Russian army has made some gains towards north of Klishivka. Russian army now controls forest plantation near Klishivka, where fresh Ukrainian counterattack failed. Ukrainian army carried out attacks with 13 drones on Crimean Peninsula, probably as reconnaissance mission, and also to locate the Russian army radar and air defense positions. They also carried out attacks towards Volgograd. Russian army has started regular patrolling in Black Sea, even using helicopters like Mi-8 and Ka-29. Russians used FAV 500 M62 aerial bombs and other versions, and also X-59 cruise missiles against Ukrainian targets even deeper, as well as on the west and east bank of Dnieper River, causing huge destructions, which I have already talked. Before I sum up on Russian-Ukrainian war, I must quote Reiber, which says that Russian army launched 31 group strikes on Ukrainian infrastructure during the last week, while Ukrainians launched 56 attacks. Most of them were repelled by the Russians, and there are changes in commands of Ukrainian special forces and also in paramilitary structure after failure of 6 months counteroffensive. Wonder if NATO has hands in it because they want to save their face. Now in brief on Palestinian-Israel war, where ceasefire is in progress and being observed in most of the battle zones, though there have been some violations from the Israeli side. As for the informations, close to 230 trucks of food, medicine, fuel have passed through Rafah checkpoint. Also, exchange of hostages taking place. Israel so far has released 40 Palestinians. In North Gaza Strip, IDF soldiers fired on refugees who were attempting to revert back to their homes. Hezbollah in the meantime, which is not bounded by the peace treaty after 47 days of war, launched more than 50 missiles on IDF positions. The ceasefire is being celebrated by the Palestinians, their supporters, even in West Bank, which is occupied by the Israelis, as victory to the Palestinians. Yes, of course, to some extent it is, as Israel too needs badly some rest. And that's all from my side for the day, friends. Thank you.